Hello everybody, my name is Khanam and in this tutorial we are going to make React project using the concept of React props. Okay, once you learn what is props, then nobody can stop you from creating dynamic and beautiful website. Okay, if you are a beginner and if you are not comfortable with CSS part, okay, then in this tutorial I am going to do the styling part as well. But if you are very much comfortable with CSS part, then you can just skip the part and you can only focus on the React props and you can make this project. Okay, you can see here I have this heading here about flowers and this heading image, some text and read more button and horizontal line. Okay, next I have about lilies, next I have sunflower, next I have hibiscus. Okay, this all I am getting, this data I am getting from the API what I created. From there I am getting this data. I am not writing the code for entire project, I am just writing the code for only first one, and this all I am getting through API. And we are going to learn about map method. We are going to learn many concepts in this. Once you learn this, then you can create beautiful UI, like you can create cart, you can create websites using props, you can do lot of stuff once you learn what is React props. Once you understand React props, then you can just explore, you can expand your knowledge and you can create more beautiful websites. As you can see here, I have not focused much on styling part, but once you learn the concept, then you can give your own styling part, then you can create your own websites. Just refer the concepts, implement these concepts in your project and make your project more beautiful and more dynamic. Okay, we will see how to create APIs, we will learn about props, we are going to do the styling part, as well as we are going to learn about components. Okay, React components, how to use React components in the project, how to do the styling part. We are going to learn everything about this in this project. Okay, before moving further, we have to create React app, only then we can work on that. To create React app, I'll just open my command prompt, and here I want to create app in my E directory. I'll just write E:. Here I'm going to make one directory, E dir. I'll give my directory name as all projects. I'll just give here all React projects. All React projects. I'm just going to cd all React. You can make your project in any directory. I'm just going to make all the projects in my E directory and in this folder all React projects. Here if I do dir, you can see here I don't have any file, so I'm getting this one. Now inside this directory I want to create my React app. So for that I'm just going to use this npx create React app, and I'll give my app name as my app. Okay, now this is going to take some time to download. Okay, till then I'm just going to stop the video, and once it downloads I'll be back. Now you can see here I have my React app. Okay, I have some commands here, npm start to start my development server. Okay, we have to run our React in localhost, and we have this commands. We are not going to use these commands. Now it is suggesting that we have to go inside this app and then we have to do this npm start. Okay, only then our project will start. So I'll just come here. Now you can directly go to your VS Code editor. You can open the terminal and you can do this one, but I'm going to use here cd and I'll just write here my app npm start. Okay, now it will open our development server and our first React app will be ready. Okay, before that I'll just show you where is my folder. I'll just come to my E directory and I'll be going inside this folder and I'll open this project in my VS Code editor. Here you can see here I have this all React projects. Inside this I have this my app. Okay, inside this I have all these folders created for me. I'll just right click on this and here I'm going to open with code, and here we have all these folders and files. Okay, we are not going to use all the folders and files, we are going to delete some of them from here. I'm going to delete this git ignore file. Now inside my src folder I need this app.js. I don't need this one. I'm going to delete this file, and also I'm going to delete this. Okay, I'll be deleting these 3 files from here. and from public folder we are going to work only inside our index.html. basically we have already, you can see here inside this we have this code and this one document dot this one. Okay, this div id is equal to root. This is the main, this is the important part. We are going to use only this part inside our index.html, and inside this one we are going to store everything. Okay, whatever code we are going to write inside this we are going to store. I'll be deleting this. I'm going to delete this, this and this. I'll just delete all these files, and I'm just cleaning my VS Code editor. Okay, I'm just cleaning my setup folder. And now we are done with everything. Now we'll start writing the code for this. And basically this is our folder. Here I have some error. If you just open this one without deleting any files, you will be having React symbol which will be rotating here. Okay, I did not show you that, but it's fine. Now inside index.js we have all this stuff. Okay, we have all the code. I'm just going to do Control A and I'm just going to delete everything. Okay, I don't need that one. We are going to write the code completely from the scratch. Inside index.css I have this. I'll just delete this. App.js, I'll just delete everything, and from inside app.css I'll just delete everything. Okay, I'm not going to use app.css. I'll just use index.js. Now all my files have cleaned. I don't have anything inside any of the file. We are going to write the code completely from the scratch, and we are going to understand what are React props, how to implement props inside our project, how to make our project dynamic, how to get the data directly from the API. We are going to learn completely about components in this tutorial. Now once we are done with cleaning all the files and everything, now we'll start writing the code for this. Before writing any code, we have to import two modules. Okay, those modules will be present inside our node modules folder. Inside this we have this React module, you can see here. Okay, I have this React module and React DOM module. I am going to import these two modules in my project, and then I am going to start writing the code for this. Now here first I'll be importing React. Import React from React, and next module is import React DOM from React DOM. Okay, these two modules we have to import, only then our project will work. Now once we import these two modules, we have to define our render method. I'll just write this React DOM dot render method, and this will take two parameters. First, what should be displayed, and next parameter is where it should be displayed. What should be displayed is, I'll just write here h1 hello world. Now below this, okay, I'll just separate it with comma, and below this where it should be displayed. Okay, it should be displayed inside my index.html. I have this root element div with id root, and here I want it to display all the content. Whatever I write, it should be displayed here. So I have to access this element. To access this element, we are going to use our selector, that is our DOM selector. By using our get element by id method, I am going to access that one. Okay, I'll just write like this, document dot get element by id, and my id name is root. Okay, whatever I write here, it will be displayed inside my index.html root id. I'll save this. Now if I refresh my project, here you can see I'm getting this hello world. Now if I inspect this one, okay, if I show you in my body inside my index.html, I have all this content here. Here inside my div, you can see here inside my div I have this h1. Okay, it is displayed inside the div which is having the id root. Okay, but this is not displayed inside my index.html file. You can see it's empty here, but when you inspect this one, you will see inside this div container I have this h1, and whatever code we are going to write here, we are just inserting inside a div container which is having the id is equal to root. Now suppose here if I just want to write here paragraph, I'll just separate it with comma, and I'll be writing here paragraph. I'll just remove this comma, and if I write here paragraph, I'll just write here hi. See, you can see here I'm getting error. Now if I show you, it will tell me that every element should be wrapped inside an enclosing tag, which means that it should be having some parent element. Now here I'm just going to wrap this inside this one. This is called as syntactic sugar form. Okay, I'll wrap this. Now I'll not be getting any error. Now inside this I'm going to write all the code. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see I'll be getting hello and hi. This will be my output. I'll just close my console now. Now inside index.js I don't need any content, I just need my app component, okay, which is already been created for me. Here you can see here app component. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, I'll be getting an error, app is not defined. Okay, we'll come inside our app. Here first I just have to import this React because we are going to use JSX expressions. I'll just copy this entire line and here I'm going to paste that line. I'll just close that index.css. Later on I'm going to use that. Now inside app.js, once I import this one, I have to export. I'll give this default, export default, and I want to export my app component. To export, we have to first define the function app. I'll be using fat arrow function. You can use normal function as well, but I'm going to use fat arrow function. Once we define function, we have to return something. Okay, here I'm just going to return, and inside this I'll just write the syntactic sugar form. Inside this I'll be writing h1, and here I'll just write I am app component. I'll save this, and this app component, once I have exported this one, wherever in whichever file I want to use that app component, I have to import that file in that particular file. Okay, here I'll be importing that one. Import app from app. I'll save this. Now here I am using this app, so I have to import this one, and to import this one we have to export our app component. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting this I am app component as my output. Now if I just paste it multiple times, you can see here I'll be getting this multiple times. Okay, I don't have to write as many as times you want. I don't have to write 4 times this I am app component, I am app component, but using this only one app component I can just write many times. In the same way, we are going to create our project using only one component. We are going to create multiple components, that is for rose, lilies, sunflowers, hybrid. For everything we are just going to create using only one component. Inside app.js, okay, we'll start writing the code inside this folder. Now inside my app.js, first I'll be writing h1, and inside this I'll be writing the text as about flowers. Below this I'll be creating one div, and also I'll give the class name. Class name I'll just give here container. Okay, inside HTML we were using only class, but in React we are going to write in camel case, that is class name. Okay, I've just given the class name as container. Inside this I'll be creating one more div to hold entire card. I'll just give the class name as cards. Now below this, first I want h2, and inside this I'll be having my flower name. Below this I have image. Inside src I'm going to give the path, and also I'll give here alt key. Alt I'll just give here rose. Okay, now for my image I don't have any children. I'll just close my image like this. Okay, in React every element should be having closing tag. Below this I'll just write paragraph, and below this here I'll be writing button. Inside this I'll just write read more. I'll save this. Now you can see here I have this output about flowers. This is my rose heading, and here I have this image, and this is my button. For my image, here I have this path. Inside this I have this path for rose. I'll just copy this path, and here I'm going to paste the path, and also I have this text, some random text. I'll copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that text. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I have this image. Okay, it's loading. I have this flower image. You can see here I have image, I have this paragraph, I have this button. Okay, now first we are going to style this one, and later on we are going to use components, and we are going to insert components inside our project. I'll open my index.css file. Inside this file, first I'll come here, I'll search for Google Fonts. and here I'll be searching for Poppins. I'll select this, I'll import, I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one, and also I'll be copying this font family, and inside my universal selector I am going to paste that font family so that this will be applied to all my elements. Now below this, first I am going to style my H1. For H1 I'll be giving text align to be center, and also font family I'll be giving I'll just give cursive. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you will see here my style is not been applied to my H1 because I have not imported this file inside my app.js. I'll come here, I'm going to import that one, import index.css. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see the style is being applied, my font family is being changed, and my text is in center now. Now next we are going to style our container. I'll just copy this container class, and here I am going to paste that container class, and whatever styles I applied to container class I want to apply it to my cards as well. For my cards, first I'll be giving this display to be flex. I'm just bringing my container in the middle, so I'm using this one. I'll also give this justify content, I'll just give center, and also I'll be using one more property, align items to be center, so that my box will come in the middle, and also flex direction I'll be giving column. Okay, by default I'll be having row, I'll just give here column so that I'll be getting all the content in vertical row, I'll not be getting in horizontal row. Only for that I'm just changing my flex direction to be column. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you will not see any effect because of my image. Image is very large. We are going to reduce our image size, but before that I'll copy this class, and here I'm going to paste that one. For this I'm just going to give the width as 40%, so that out of 100% it is going to take only 40%. I'll give background color. I'll be giving black. Once I give background color, I have to change the color of the text to white, or else it will not be visible. And also I'm going to give box shadow to my cards. Box shadow I'll give 2 pixel horizontal, 2 pixel vertical, 10 pixel blur, and I just want black color. I'll just style my image now, then all the effects whatever I have given, that will be visible to you. For my image I'll just give width I'll be giving 60%. Out of 100% I'm just giving 60%. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see here I have this image. Now everything is visible. I have my image, I have box shadow, I have my cards which is having background color as black, my color text of the color is white, I have this button. Now everything is visible, and because of my image now everything is looking fine. I'm just going to increase the width of my image now. I'll just give here 90. I'll save this, 90%. Now if I refresh this one, I have my image something like this. Okay, I have my image like this. Now below my button I am going to add one HR line. Okay, you can close like this. Okay, if you don't have any children, you can just close like this. I'll come to index.css, and here for my HR I am going to style. I'll just give width to be 60%. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, without refreshing also sometimes we are going to get the output. You can see I have this HR line here. For this height I'll be giving. Now I have my HR like this. Now I'll be giving background color. I'll just give white. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see it's been covered now. Now below this I am going to style my button. For my button, first I'll be giving padding. Top and bottom I'll just give 0.8 m, and left and right I'll just give 1.5 m. First I'm going to style this one, later on I'll show you the output. Border radius, border to be none, outline also to be none, because whenever I click I don't need any outline. Now below this I'll also give this margin bottom. Whenever I write some next container, I want some space from below. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see border radius 3 m, padding 0.8 m on top and bottom, and left and right 1.5 m. and also I got border radius, I don't have any border, and outline is none. Margin bottom I have 1 em. I'll increase the font weight. I'll just give bold. Now I have all this. Next I'm going to style my paragraph. You can see my paragraph is here. I can either give padding or I can just give width to my paragraph. Okay, now I'm just going to give paragraph. For paragraph I'll be giving width as 90% so that it will align to my image, and also I'm going to give margin of 1 em from top and bottom, and left and right I'll give auto so that it will come in the middle. Now you can see it is aligned properly to my image. Okay, now I am done styling with this. Now I have to give the background color. Now here for my body I am going to give background color. I'll just use this background image. Inside this I am going to use this linear gradient value. I'll just write here to right top. I want my linear gradient to move from right top, and color I am just going to give white and orange. I'll save this. Now if you can see here I have this gradient color. Without refreshing also I am getting the output. Okay, now I am done styling this one. Now I'll just come here inside app.jss. Now if before that when we were styling using HTML, CSS and Bootstrap, we used to copy this entire card. Okay, whatever I have this inside this card, I am just going to copy this one, and here I used to paste that one. Okay, how many times I want, I just used to copy and paste. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I have these cards here. Okay, you can see I have these cards here. Now if we want to write like this, if we have to copy and paste, then what is the use of using React in our website? We can't write like this in React. Okay, how much ever times we want these cards, we can't just copy and paste this one. Okay, but we were doing the same thing in HTML and Bootstrap. Okay, we used to copy the same cards and we used to display that one, but in React we are not going to use that one. Instead of this we are going to use components. Here inside this src I am going to create one folder. I'll give my folder name as components. Inside this folder I am just going to create one file. I'll give my file name as flowers.jsx. Now inside this flowers.jsx, first I'll come to my app.js. I'm going to copy this line. This will be imported in every file. Okay, import React from React. Once I import this one, I have to export this, export default, and I have to export this one. Okay, now I'll be defining this function const flowers. I'll be using fat arrow function. Now inside this I want to return. I'll just close this one. I just want to return this entire card. Whatever I copy pasted this card, I'll copy this card, and here I am going to paste that entire thing. Whatever I have written there, I am just going to paste this one. Now I am going to remove this card. I am going to remove everything. I am going to remove, and also this entire thing I'll just remove. Now I am left only with this h1 container. Okay, I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I have only my h1, and this gradient is visible because I have not given height to my body, and whatever content I am having here, only that particular height it's taking. So I am getting gradient in this kind of effect. Once all the content is been added, this kind of gradient will go. Now inside this I am just going to use this flowers component. Now once I add this one, okay, here I have exported my flower component. Here wherever I am using this, we have to import that one. So I'll just write this import. I have to import my flowers from, okay, it's inside my components folder, and here I'm just going to write like this. First I'm coming out of this folder, I'm going inside components folder. Inside that folder I have this flowers. Okay, you don't have to write this extension .jsx. It is going to understand that this file is in JSX format. Now if I come here, okay, I got the output. You can see here, once I refresh this, I got my output, and one card is visible for me. Now if I want more cards, you can see I'll just have to write like this. How much ever times I want, I just have to copy this and I have to paste this one. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I have this entire card data. Okay, how much ever time I have written the flowers component, I have this entire data. But the problem is, you can see here the images are same, the text is same, the content is same, everything is same, but I don't need this kind of thing. I need different images, I need different text, I need different title for each of the flower, I need different. Okay, so for that what we are going to use here, the concept of props comes into play. Now as of now I'm just going to keep 3 flower components. I'll save this. Now if you see here, I have only 3 flowers, that is my rows. This is first, this is second, and this is third. Now in this we are going to work, then later on we are going to remove everything and we'll be working only on one component. Now inside flowers.jx, here inside this function I'm just going to pass this props. Okay, props full form is properties, and it is nothing but it is our custom attribute in HTML. When we define props in HTML, then it will be our custom attribute inside our HTML, and once we define our props inside our JavaScript, then it will be argument inside our JavaScript. Okay, inside function we are going to pass as an argument. You can see I'm just passing as an argument inside this function. I have just written here prop. Now inside my console I'll just show you what is prop, console.log, and I just want to print props. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one, I'll just inspect this. Now in my console you can see here prop is nothing but an object. Okay, I'll be getting here 3 objects I'm getting because I have defined 3 flower components here. Now if I define one more, I'll save this. Now if I open my this one, you can see here I have this 4, and all it's empty. Everything is empty because I have not passed any props inside my flower components. But here you can see I have this object. Okay, I have this components, and objects can be accessed using the dot symbol. Whatever properties I am having here, I can access that using dot symbol. Okay, I'll explain you, don't worry about this. Now inside this first flower component, okay, I'm going to create my custom attribute. Okay, for first I have title. I'll just write title. Inside this title I'm going to write rows. Next I have image. I'll just write image src. Inside this src I'm just going to pass this path. I'll copy this path, and here I'm going to paste that path. Now next I have description. So for that I'm just going to write desc description. Inside this description, whatever content I am having here, I'm just going to pass that content. I'll copy this, and here I am going to pass that content. Now below this I have button. I'll just write button, and inside this button I'll be writing this text, read more. I'll save this. Now if I show you in my console, okay, you can see here inside my first object I got this as an output. You can see all the content whatever I passed inside that flower component. You can see here the title, image source, description, button, everything will be passed. Okay, now we can access this one. Okay, you can see here this is object. Now we can access this. My props is an object now. Okay, now objects can be accessed using dot symbol. Now object name dot title, object name dot image source, object name dot description, object name dot button. Using this I can access all the content whatever is available to me here. I can access that one, and I can print that inside my project. Now once I am done giving all the values here, I'll just remove one component from here. Now here if you see the output, again I'm getting the same output. Okay, there is no change in output. Okay, whatever I had previously I have the same output. So for that, instead of title I'm just going to write this props dot title. Whatever I have passed as an attribute here, I am just writing that one. Okay, if I save this and if I show you the output here, for first you can see here I'm getting this props title. Why? Because we are using JavaScript inside this. So whenever we use JavaScript inside our this one, okay, inside our JSS expressions, we just have to enclose with flower braces. Now you can see I'm getting this rows. Here I'm not getting any text. Here I'm not getting any text now because I'm not hard coding this one. Now for this, instead of this one, I'm just going to write in the same way props dot image src. Okay, whatever I have given here as an attribute, I'm just passing that one. Next I have this description, and here I'm just going to write props dot description. And next finally I have button. For button I have just given btn props dot btn. I'll save this. Now you can see here I have only first component is available for me. All the components second and third it's not visible because I don't have any content inside that, any attribute inside that. I have not passed any props for this one. So whatever content, whatever attributes I have given only for my first, okay, you can see only for my first component, only for that my output is being shown. Okay, you can see only for that my output is being shown and rest is not visible. So for rest also I am going to give now. Now first I have title. I am going to give title. Title will be my lilies. Next I have image src. Next I have paragraph. For paragraph I'll just give here description. Finally I have btn. For btn I am just going to give the same text, read more. I'll just copy this and here I am going to paste. Instead of lilies I'll just give here sunflower. Now I have, you can see here I have this image path. I'll copy from here, I'll be pasting it here. And also I have this text, I'll copy this and instead of here I'll be pasting that one. For sunflower I have this image path, I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. And also I have some text here, I'll copy this one and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. Now as soon as I save this, you can see I'll be getting lilies as my title, image is lilies. Now text is different, sunflower image and sunflower text. Okay, using props you can see we made our code so simple and we got this one. I'll just write here sunflower. Okay, using only props and using without hard coding any values, we have just written props and we have accessed that attribute and we have displayed this data. You can see here we have displayed this data. Now if I just copy this entire card from here, okay, I'll copy this and here if I paste this one, I'll save this. Now you can see here below this sunflower I have another sunflower. Okay, whatever I have inside my attributes that will be accessed using props and we will be getting an output. Now imagine you have hundreds of cards, okay, hundreds of flowers you want to display. Naturally if you have created flower website, you would display hundreds and hundreds of flowers. You are not going to write like this, okay, you are not going to create 100 components, okay, and it will be difficult to maintain this entire thing and it's very stressful and it's not at all possible for anybody to write hundred lines of code. So we are going to reduce our code using array. Okay, next we are going to see how to reduce this entire code. Okay, how to reduce this stuff using array. We are going to create our API. We are going to access the data from the API and we are going to import that one here. For that I'll just come to components folder. Inside this I'll be creating one file. I'll give my file name as flowersdata.jsx. Now inside this file, okay, I'm going to create my own API. I'll just create const flowers data. I'll just give my file name flowers data. Here I'll be creating array. Inside this, for every array, for every element inside an array, we have to pass this ID or else we are going to get an error ID. Next I have this title. Okay, inside this title I have rows. I'll just write here rows. Okay, next I have image src. I'll just write image src and inside this one I'm going to paste this image. Inside app.jss I'm just going to write this. Okay, this rose image I'll copy from here, not this one, this rose image I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. Now below this I have description. I'll just write here description and inside this I'll just copy this entire description from here, rose description, and I'll be pasting that description here. Finally I have btn button and inside this I just have read more. I'll save this and now if I refresh this nothing will change because I have not imported and not exported this file. First we are going to export this one, export default. Spelling should be correct or else we will be getting an error. export default flowers data. You can see I'll be getting in suggestion. Now once I export this one, I'll be using this in my app.js file. I have to import that one. Import flowers data from, okay, I got this one. Import flowers data from components flowers data. Okay, now I have this only one data inside my API. I'll just come to app.js. Here instead of this one, okay, instead of this is my array name. I'll copy this array name. Okay, this is my 0th index. This is my 0th index. Now next whatever I'll be writing, that will be my index number 1. Here inside this, I'm just going to write that array name. Inside my 0th index, I just want to access my title. I'll save this. Now I'll just refresh this one. Okay, now I got an error. Okay, here we should not use here equal to sign. We are just going to use here colon, okay, because key value pair. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I have this rows text. Okay, I did not get any error, but my rows text is displayed. Even I have written like this, but even then my rows text is displayed. Now in the same way, I'll just remove this entire thing. Now instead of this, I'll be writing the same thing, flower data of 0, and inside this I want to access my image src. Now in here also I'll just write the same thing, flower data of 0th index. I want to access my description. Now finally here I just want to access that button text. Here I'll be writing this flowers data 0th index, and I want to access my btn button. I'll save this. Now if you see here, I don't have any error, which means that my output is displayed properly. Now here this data is displayed because of props, this lilies and sunflower, but this data is displayed from my API, that is my array. Now in the same way, okay, I'm just going to write id2, id3, id4. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste this one. Now you can see here I have all the content. For id2 also I have done the same thing, title lilies, image src, text btn. I was already having this data because I already created the project, so from there I have just pasted that one. I have id4, I have done the same thing, only I have just written this, I have closed this one, I have exported here. Okay, I have done everything. Inside my app.js, here I have 5 data. Here in the same way, I'll just copy this entire thing, and instead of this, I'll be removing this, I'll be pasting it here, here, and here. Instead of 0, I'll be giving 1. And here also, I'll just copy this, I'll be pasting it here. Totally I have 4 flowers here. Okay, and here also I'm going to paste that one. Now instead of 1, I'll just give here second index. I'll give second index, and here I'll just give third index. I'll save this. Now you can see here all the content is displayed, and my 4th index, which is having hibiscus, that is also been displayed. Okay, using our API, using our array, we have accessed the data, we have stored the data, we have accessed the data using index number, and we got the same output. But as I told you, if we have hundreds of cards, we can't write like this. Okay, we can't write like this, and it's not possible for anybody to write like this. Okay, using accessing all the 100 of content and displaying in this manner. No, it's not possible. So we are going to use our map method, which is very useful when it comes to React. Once it comes to creating apps in React, then map method is very useful. Now we are going to reduce our code. When we are writing our code in React, then we don't have to write so many lines of code. Okay, now I'll just remove this entire thing. Okay, we will be executing our code using our map method. Okay, map method is nothing but it will create new array with the result of calling function to each element inside the array. Suppose this is my first element. Okay, you can see here this is my first element, this is my second element. Using map method, the function will be called for each element. Okay, for this index number, for this index number, for this index number, for every element present inside the array, function will be called, and it will create new array without affecting my original array. Okay, we will see what is map method. if we are writing JavaScript inside our this one JSX expressions, then we have to enclose it with flower brackets. Here I'll be writing my array name, original array name. I'll copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll be using this map method, and inside this function, okay, inside this method it will take function, and inside that function 3 arguments will be passed. First will be my current value, current element for which the function is executed. Second is my index number, and third is my in which array I am working. Here I am not going to use any arguments. I am just going to use the current value so that it will be easy for me to know which element and for which element my function is being executed. Now inside this map method, I'll just write one function name. I'll just write flower info. I'll be writing flowers info. Okay, I'll just copy this function, and before my constant app I'll be defining that function. I'll be defining that one, and inside this return, okay, inside this return I'll just close this syntactic sugar form. I'll be returning this flower component. You can see here, I'll copy this, I'll comment this one, and here I'll be pasting that one. Before that I'll just comment this. This I'm going to uncomment. I'll show you the output now. Okay, I'm just getting this error. I'll just comment this line also. Now if you see, I am having only this first card. It's loading. It's taking time to load. Basically, even you will get this kind of errors. You just ignore that and refresh this one. Okay, you can see here I have only one card because I have only one component. Now I'll just uncomment this. Here this I'll comment, and this one I'm going to uncomment. I'll save this. Now if you see, you can see I got so many cards because of my map method. Okay, whatever content I am having inside this one, okay, whatever content I am having, this is not been displayed because I have given the index number here, only the 0th index number, but how much ever data, how much ever elements I am having, that many times my data is being displayed. You can see here I have so many cards here, 1 2 3 4 5, total 5 cards and total 5 elements here, first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Total 5 elements and total 5 cards only because of map method. You can see here our code is reduced so much. Now I'm just going to remove this. You can see here our code is only so much and we got all the data. Now instead of accessing array, instead of accessing this array, I'll be passing here one argument, that is my current data. You can give any name here, values. I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. Here also I'll be pasting that one, values. I'm just going to access that and that data, whatever data I am having inside my element, I'm going to access that one. Now you can see here all the data, all the images, everything is being displayed here. All the images, text, my text is not displayed here. We'll just fix that one. Here I have description inside my flowers data. Okay, here I have just given text here. I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one text, and also inside my flowers.jx I'll be pasting that one. Okay, here also I'll just change it to text. I'll save this. Now if you see here, my description is also, you can see my description has also come. All the card, everything is being displayed only using map method. Okay, only using this much and only using this map method, all the data whatever I have inside my flowers data, that is being displayed. Now if I want to display this entire thing, okay, I'll just copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. Now I'll just refresh this one. I got error. Okay, I just have to separate it with comma. I'll be separating it with comma. I'll save this. I'll refresh this one. Now you can see I just have to add the data. Now if you see here, hibiscus, tulips, and next again tulips, because the same data I copy pasted. You can see only we have whatever we have written, we have reduced everything and we have just written so much. I'll just delete this now. I'll save this and now my tulips will go and I have only one tulip, and you can see all the data I got, all the description, text, images, everything we got using our map method, and using our API we have accessed all the data. Now still if you want, you can just reduce it. I'm just going to comment this instead of commenting here only. I'll just continue this one. Instead of this function, I'll just pass here values. Now inside this, I'll be writing this return. Here I'll just open this syntax, and here I'll just copy this flower component, and here I'm going to paste that one. Now here I'll just open this one, and here I'll be closing that. Okay, that is my map method. I have to open that. Inside this, I'm passing this as an argument, that is my values, and here I have just passed this one. Now if I just remove this entire thing, I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see I'm getting this output without getting any error. Okay, you can see I got my output. Okay, we have simplified our function using our fat arrow function. I have directly passed my values argument without, instead of writing this entire thing. Now I'm just going to remove this. I'll remove this space from here and also this space from here. Now you can see here our code is reduced to only this much. Okay, only writing. I'll just format the document if I have the option. Format the document. Okay, now you can see here only writing so much we have implemented our project. Okay, we got this project, okay, using our API, using our props, okay, we have reused all the concepts, we have implemented our API, we have used our components. Okay, we have this flowers.js, and inside this we have only so much of code. Inside flowers data, you can write any data here. Now you can create your shopping cart. Okay, you can use any API. Now you can just do whatever you want. Okay, once you learn props, now you can do whatever stuff you want inside your project. App.css we have not used. Inside our app.js, you can see we have only so much of code. Inside index.css we have done all this styling part, and inside index.js you can see we have passed only app component, and inside app component we have passed only our flower component, and we are using our flower data array. So we are importing these two things, and also we are importing styling part because we are styling all our containers and h1 headings. Inside flowers data we have all this data. Okay, this is all about props. Practice props. Make your own dynamic and beautiful website. Props are very important. If you have followed this course, you would have seen that we have reduced hundreds and hundreds of lines of code to only so much of code. Okay, this is how props are useful. Map method is very useful. Modern JavaScript, that is our ECMAScript 2015. You have to know the concept of ECMAScript 2015 to come into React, to learn React. Okay, if you don't know anything about ECMAScript, learn ECMAScript, then ECMAScript will be very much useful. You have to know the basics of JavaScript, and you have to know everything about ECMAScript, because all the concepts of ECMAScript will be used in React, and we are going to use all the concepts, and we are going to make our projects. Okay, now we are done with this project. Okay, you can see here, I'll just close my console. Now you can see here we are done with this project. We have our cart, we have all our images, text, button. Okay, this is the simple project. Just to understand what is props, we have created this project. If you practice this one, you will learn many concepts. You will learn about map method, you will learn about props. You are going to learn many things once you practice this project. Then you can create your own projects. Okay, then you can use props and you can create simple shopping lists, and also you can create top 10 famous monuments, top 10 famous monuments in the world, top 10 famous bridges, you can top 10 famous animals, national animals. You can create anything. Okay, you can create anything using props. Okay, this is CSS. As I told you, I have not focused much on CSS. You can create, I know you can create more beautiful and more dynamic website. Okay, you just learn the concept from here and you implement your own projects. Okay, now we are done with this project. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.